I love that BMX is a individual sport. It's all about you. As soon as you're on the gate, it's no one else but yourself, really, even though there's 7 other guys there. So when it comes down to it, it's all you, and you can't blame anyone but yourself for anything you do.
Okay, tell us in about 30 seconds or so how this season, so this year, has gone for you.
My season this year, it's been pretty good. It's been an up and down battle. Started off pretty well, 3 podiums in the national series. Best I've done at a World Cup, 40th I think overall, and also won my first Pro BMX Elite men's win this season. So that's a pretty good upside. So I'm looking forward to this weekend.
Okay, and what about over the last year? What have you achieved in the last? I know 2 years ago you won the national title. What about the last year? Tell us about what you think of yourself.
Last year I got 2nd overall in the Elite Men's Pro Bike Series, which is a pretty good thing. Also 5th at the Nationals Championships in Shepparton. Really, I've just been pretty consistent, staying a few podiums for the National Series. Got selected to go represent the world titles, raced over in Europe and America. So it's a good season.
What about this weekend? What are your expectations? You've been an Australian champion before. You know what it takes. Who's going to be the hardest to beat and why?
Well, Sam and Anthony come back from America is always going to be tough. But now we've got 6 or 7 guys here in Australia that can upset them as well. So it's going to be a tough field all round. The top 8 riders, anyone can take it out. And when it comes down to it, it's who's the strongest on the gate in the race, who's ready to win, and who wants to win the most.
So you've ridden this track a number of times. It's a pretty tough one. How much is the track conditions and the course going to play in it?
Well, I think on Thursday last night, I don't think it could have been any harder unless there was gale force winds, the cyclone come through. So it really pushed us to our limits, and it was a tough one. But the track itself is already hard enough. A number of the guys are having some trouble with it. Luckily, I've had a couple rides on the track, so really all it is on the day is dialing it down and being confident in what you can do.
Okay, away from racing this weekend, who or what has been the biggest influence on your life and as a sports person?
Well, I have to say my dad. He's the one who started me off as an influence, and as a sports person, there's too many to name. All the BMXers, Usain Bolt, I look up to him. He's a pretty cool dude. But any of the guys that you see on TV that just represent themselves really well, I look up to all those guys and aspire to be like them, and hopefully I'm putting out a good example for the younger generation coming up, as now I'm part of the elite guys.
Is there one in BMX rider or racer in particular, that you've looked up to over your career?
Well, yeah, I guess there's maybe John Johnson. He was a Townsville rider for where I started my racing career. He raced elite for a while, way back. He always helped me out around the track, and he was always nice to me, and he was definitely one of the guys that I really looked up to and aspired to be like.
Also away from the track, what makes you tick? What makes you who you are, gets you up in the morning and makes you get out of bed early and start training?
Well, each day I just want to better myself, make a new day better than the last, and no matter what happens, bad or good, I try to look at the positives and everything, and really just look forward and what I want to do. So Olympics and Worlds and things like that just gets me up every morning, and no matter how I'm feeling that day, I just want to go forward and improve from my last.
You mentioned the Olympics. It's less than 18 months away. Do you dream about it? Do you wake up at night thinking about it?
Yeah, things are getting more real now with it being so close and the pressure's starting to get on. And being so close to it, and I'm not so far off a spot for the Olympics, so I'm not out in contention of the Olympics, so it makes it even more real, and it's not just a dream anymore, and can possibly happen to me now, so now I just got to keep my head on straight and really push forward and just keep trying to improve.